How are you, everyone in the world and Christians? This is the Bushido channel, an old man who lives in the countryside of Japan, which boasts a history of thousands or even tens of thousands of years. Japan has a spirit of Bushido. There is a samurai spirit. There is Yamato soul. Today's Japanese seem to have forgotten that spirit, but that spirit is alive in the depths of their hearts. It is an eccentric channel that analyzes world-famous paintings with such a Bushido spirit. Thank you. I've solved the mysteries of Leonardo da Vinci's The Last Supper, Annunciation, Virgin of the Rocks, The Baptism of Christ, and Mona Lisa, which have been unsolved for the past 500 years. These are the 5 most important paintings of Leonardo da Vinci. To be honest, I feel a little better. The 5 major works are works that must be researched and announced. I was able to announce the research of those 5 works, which made me feel better. The rest of the works will be announced little by little at my own pace. Please stay tuned. Now, this time, I would like to take up Leonardo da Vinci's Saint Anne, the Virgin and Child, and Saint John the Baptist. It was drawn from 1499 to 1500. As always, I'm not very interested in the ages that were drawn. I think that the knowledge of paintings drawn after the Last Supper is enough. By the way, how do you feel when you see this picture? Does it look like an unfinished work? Is it a study of the finished product to be colored? Is it a sketch? I don't think so. I think this is a fine finished product. You can see why by watching it till the end. Now, let's watch with the spirit of Bushido as usual. I don't think about anything. It is Moon and Muso in Japanese. Let's take a look at the characters for the time being. The title of this picture is Saint Anne, the Virgin and Child, and the Infant Saint John. I don't know who gave the title. Forget the title as usual. Isn't it enough that 4 humans are drawn for the time being? There are 2 adults and 2 children. From the title, it is assumed that Saint Anne, Maria, Christ, John the Baptist, 2 women and 2 boys. Forget everything when we look at the picture. What makes me wonder when I see this picture is the feet. It is drawn very vaguely. Usually, when you look at your feet, you unknowingly look for your thumb. But that is ambiguous. It's simply an unfinished work, so I think it's not drawn. In fact, I think that is Leonardo da Vinci's strategy and trap. So how do you actually see it? Do you see the Virgin Mary sitting on Saint Anne's lap? Maybe most people usually see it that way. But what about some people seeing it this way? How is it? You might say. That's not possible. There was a note from a person who looked like this when searching on the internet. I think it's a pretty interesting point of view. But is it okay to stop here? There was no other view on the internet. Leonardo da Vinci wins if he gives up here. I dare to propose. I know it's impossible. I think there can be such a view. I thought there was no other foot combination. After a while, when I saw it again, I discovered another pattern. So far I can only think of these 4 patterns. Can you see something else? Human beings are strange. Once you are presented with a different perspective, you will be rejected for a moment. But you may accept it. Perhaps Leonardo da Vinci is asking us. He may be asking, how much freedom do you have? I told you to throw away your preconceptions. I told you to exclude the belief. When viewed that way, this person also looks like a man, depending on how his legs are crossed. Or it looks like a woman. If Saint Anna is a man, she looks like a happy couple with 2 children. Maybe Saint Anne is Christ. Maybe the woman who seemed to be Maria is her wife. It doesn't seem to be my role anymore. I don't understand Leonardo da Vinci's intention. You would know if you had any intentions in the first place without asking Leonardo da Vinci directly. But at least I was free to watch this picture. The world has expanded. Leonardo da Vinci drew his legs vaguely so I could play. Leonardo da Vinci's The Last Supper, Annunciation, Virgin of the Rocks, The Baptism of Christ, and Mona Lisa may have been a good way to rest your tired head. Not. Bushido cannot always compete with a real sword. You need to practice wooden swords and bamboo swords. Well, there's a picture that is the exact opposite of this. Saint Anne and the Virgin and Child. Considering the title, these 2 pictures are related. The composition is similar. However, this picture has a solid foot. Now the question is how to read this picture. In order to read this picture, we need the Saint Anne, the Virgin and Child, and the Infant Street. John, which we covered this time. I will stop analyzing this picture in succession. The next work will feature this Saint Anne and the Virgin and Child. Looking forward to. The old man who lives in the countryside of Japan lives here. Goodbye.